the middle of the 18th century, Russia was still largely a land of vast contrasts. Wall Street, Petersburg and Moscow were slowly embracing European science and philosophy. Much of the countryside remained untouched by progress. One such place was a remote village in the Archangel region, where winter brought not only cold but also weeks of complete darkness due to its high latitude. The villagers relied on oil lamps and candles, which were expensive and dangerous. Fire was a constant threat, and illness was common during the long polar nights. Education was nearly non-existent, and most children grew up unable to read or write. The nearest school was days away by foot or sledge, and few had the means to travel. It was in this setting that Mikhail Lomonosov, already known as one of Russia's brightest scientific minds, decided to act. Though he had spent years studying in Germany and working at the Imperial Academy of Sciences in St. Petersburg, he never forgot his humble origins, having himself grown up in a fishing village not far from this area. Lomonosov proposed an experiment to create a system of light refraction using mirrors and lenses that could extend daylight hours indoors during the darkest months. He personally designed and funded the installation of large reflective panels on the roofs of several homes and the local church, which doubled as a gathering space for learning. These panels redirected sunlight into specially built skylights and glass prisms inside, allowing natural light to reach deeper into the buildings. But his efforts didn't stop there. Understanding that knowledge was just as important as light, Lomonosov arranged for the delivery of books, paper, ink, and even small portable blackboards. He worked with local priests and teachers to start a rudimentary school where children could learn basic reading, writing, and arithmetic, all under the glow of his newly invented lighting system. Word of the project spread quickly. Other villages requested similar installations, and soon the idea of using solar reflection for indoor illumination became a model for northern settlements across Russia. The government eventually adopted aspects of Lomonosov's designs for use in lighthouses and naval stations along the Arctic coast. For the people of that small village, the impact was profound. Children who once played in near-total darkness now studied by daylight reflections. Women who had feared the long winters found comfort in the warmth of shared learning. And the elderly, who had seen generations suffer through isolation, now spoke of hope for the future. Though Lomonosov never sought recognition for this effort, it became one of the lesser-known yet deeply symbolic acts of his life, a man of science bringing literal and metaphorical light to those in need. His work reminded the world that knowledge is not meant to be locked away in palaces and academies, but shared especially with those who have the least access to it. Years later, a local historian wrote, "Before Lomonosov came, our winters were endless. After he left, we learned that even in darkness, there are ways to see." And perhaps that was the greatest legacy of all, not just the invention itself, but the belief that even the coldest places can be warmed by human ingenuity and compassion.